Welcome to Iowa Plains View by Celobuki for Farming Simulator 25. The map was originally released in Farming Simulator 22 and is back. It's inspired by the rolling landscapes of the United States state of Iowa. This map offers a customized terrain designed for gameplay and does not represent any specific real-world location or town. It's a standard size 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer map where you've got the freedom to build your own farm the way that you want. You can focus on arable farming, you can dive into production chains, explore forestry, or combine them all into one. Your journey begins right here on the main farm, fully equipped with pre-placed buildings including a cow barn, chicken coop, pigsty, and a set of starting machinery to help get you going. The map itself includes 30 fields in various sizes from small to large, although I wouldn't say any of them are particularly insane. We've also got some nice sizes, not square in all of them, which is also very good. There are 2 forestry regions, although it kind of looks like there's 3-ish. We'll talk about that later on. The map features quite a bit of traffic, a train system, and lots of pedestrians to enhance the map's realism. We've also got custom sowing calendars for soybeans and wheat included in the seasonal growth plan. Case IH dealership, Iowa Plains equipment. And alfalfa has been added to the map, and it works exactly like the way that it does on the upcoming Alma, Missouri update, where you're basically able to treat this like grass. Also, like Alma, Missouri, we've got soybeans which produce straw. Now, this straw is just regular straw so that it doesn't interfere with anything else in the game, and it even works alongside Yosemite's extended straw crops if you're on PC, so you can run both without having any conflicts. In new farmer mode, we do get this area at the top of the map. We have 3 fields, field number 8, number 1, and number 2, and we even have your main farm located here and some extra stuff up here. If we check out what we get in each one, so farmland number 1 actually gets us field 1. We get the main farm area itself with the productions and stuff on it, as well as everything across the road. And then these extra fields are purchased separately. So you got one there, and you got one up here. However, there's nothing else in new farmer mode. Of the animals that you have, we've got 100 chickens. Very cool there. Looks like we've got another 60 cows and 250 piglets. As far as productions go, we've got the AGI grain dryer, which is a required mod, one of the 5 for this map. And then we have 3 large glass greenhouses, although there are a ton of productions available for purchase, as you would expect from Celobuki. As per usual, nothing is available in the silo, so we start with 0 crops. And we've got a decent setup of starting equipment, although there may not be a bunch of it. It is some big stuff, so you'll be able to get into large-scale farming right away. There is a second farm as well, and this one's a little bit more cozy, and it's found down here on Farmland 34. It's going to cost you $373,500. This farm's got 2 animal pens. We've got the horses as well as the sheep/goats. We also have our farmhouse, and we got a workshop down here. Another part that we've already seen, and I think is really, really cool, is this. So we've got a scenic rest area, which this is perfect for just taking a break. This is a neat spot. It's also in Farmland 39, so you are able to purchase it and I guess do whatever you want to with it. We'll put a little around with that soon. And if you love waterways on a map, this one is an insane waterway. As a matter of fact, I spent probably too long tracking this water down, and well, you could do it easily. Runs through the whole map. Speaking of the whole map, for the remainder of the tour, I will be owning everything. It just makes things a little bit easier. When it comes to the PDA, here are all of your tip stations. Here are your loading stations, only a few of them. Production chains are all over the place. Animal pens are located at the bottom left and top right, and of course, other. Feel free to take any screenshots of any of these. As far as your crops go, alfalfa is the only one that has been added, and you can see it right here in purple. It's actually the same or very similar to the harvested purple that we have here, so just be careful with that. Here is our main farm. We're gonna go around counterclockwise. Be ready for that. We've got a nice T-junction here in the road, so your cars can come by very easily. Some of the equipment is in sheds, some of it is just out in the open. And speaking of out in the open, there is a massive amount of open space right here, and this is just part of the farm. The other half's over here. Woohoo! It's crazy. How's about we go to the house, we drop down, and we start from there. So here's our house. We actually have a little bit of a 2-story setup here. So on the back, we've got a place to change clothes, spinning it around, and right here on this side, you can take a little nappy poo. Now, can we come in here and get rid of it? Of course you can, because it's on land that you own. So you are able to delete that if you wish. We have a nice carport, which is very cool. Got a place. It doesn't look like we got any undies, but we do have some socks hanging around. And jump down here. Small little things, just decorating the area, makes it seem a little bit more lived in. Then we make our way out right here. To be honest with you, this area kind of feels like a Farm Sim mobile game setup. It's really nice. We'll start over here closest to the road. This is going to be where our shop is. Yes, if this looks familiar to you, is the shop for Farm Sim 22. You got a big Magnum out front, which is cool. And we can walk across. Nothing going on there, but we are able to walk under it, which I always found really, really cool. To the left of that, we have a humongous shed with 5 open areas, and this is where some of our equipment is hiding. So if you were looking for it, there you go. 5 open doors, so you can open all of them. More equipment out here, just kind of hanging out in the middle of the field. Some of it, I would say, may not fit in, but it all definitely fits. From there, we look to the right and we get our absolutely massive silo complex over here. This is not only a silo, we also have a production chain over there, and we've got our greenhouses. First things first, though, we'll take a look here in this humongous shed, and all we got in here is the combine, the case 750 or 7150. And with that one, we've got a corn header on it, and you got your grain head on the outside. Sneaking around the side, nothing over here, but we do have an entrance into our silo. This looks like the same one that is over on our Alma, Missouri map, but I'm not actually sure if it is or not. It has a 16 million liter capacity, which is humongo. I'm going to leave on my info HUD just for the time being, because that gives us information down at the bottom right-hand corner, like that this is a large greenhouse, which is cool. You get 3 of these, and one of the cool things is these are the custom greenhouses. So if we come in here and take a look, we've got apples, blueberries, lemons that have been added, orange, pear, plum, pumpkin, and then I think the rest of it is already in here. Yeah, I think the rest of that is part of it. But you've got 3 of these, so you're able to not only produce one time, you can produce triple setups for those. And because they're, productions, you can send them elsewhere, and we have a lot of productions. Got some chickens over here. As we mentioned, we have, well, this one's got 100. You got 473 possible in this chicken pen. Very cool. And from here, there's a couple ways we can go. We're going to jump up to the left. We've got one of our fields that we own here to our left-hand side. And if we drive straight across, boom, click, this opens, love this gate, opens directly into our other farm. And I do wonder, are we able to delete this stuff? Looks like it, yeah. So you'll be able to remove that if you want to. This cow pen should look familiar to you. Alma, Missouri. 60 cows in here, all 60 of them, as a matter of fact. You've got your feeding area over towards the right-hand side. And then all of our cows in this area. Hello, moo cows. Very cool. Let's run back out there. Back out to the farm area. If we look to our left, we've got some more stuff over here, like a little place to park up some stuff. More extension of the cow area, and actually extends all the way around, which is really neat. And then we've got another shed area right here. This one's only got a pair of mowers in it, so nothing really going on. Probably first things first, if you're going to want to keep some of this equipment, probably move it into the shed. Then you've got this huge area. I mean, it is flat. There ain't nothing here. You can put whatever you want. I think that's really neat. And then we get our animal area over here for the pigs. 250 of them to be exact. If we open up, we can go in here and we can see all of the little baby piggies. And slowly back away. A lot of pigs. Of course, with this being a cattle area, you do have a place for silage, so that's nice, and alfalfa can go in there if you wanted to, so that is cool. And I think that wraps up everything that you guys need to know for this area. We also have, speaking of alfalfa, we have alfalfa in one of the fields that we own in new farmer mode. So just right there, field number 8, 1, and 2. So speaking of 2, and we're going to go down this road. So just to give you an idea of where we're at, here is our main farm on the left-hand side, and we are swinging over. You can see a little bit of undulation in the terrain, nothing too insane, but it is kind of nice, and it also dips down on the side of the field, so it kind of makes it feel like a ditch or something like that. Same thing on this right-hand side here as well. So this brings us into the town. Now the town, for farming simulator standards, I think is quite large. There is a lot going on in this town area, and I'm going to do my best to show you every single thing. But let's start up here, just north of the town, at our case dealer. So unfortunately, we don't have an interior of this yet, but we do have, again, place for vehicles. Kind of turns you around, pops you out under the shed. No way to open these doors, at least that I've been able to find, so don't worry about trying. We could sneak in there, but maybe we're going to wait and save that until the map's release. I'm not going to wall breach during a map tour. That might look bad, but regardless, there is no interior, at least right now. And just to see what happens, let's get ourselves a tractor, just to see where it puts it. Well, there you go, right to the right-hand side of it. Perfect spot. And that makes sense because there is a huge area to the right-hand side. Now, if we swing over to the left a little bit, we still have our Iowa Plains equipment building here. And unfortunately, there are no interiors for this building either. Now, to our left, this might look kind of familiar to you. We have the Alma Market Logistics. Now we have the Plains Market Logistics. This is the warehouse. So in here, you can buy all of your goodies, everything that you need to. Boom, click. You can buy all the stuff, including all of the extra productions that are on the map, which I find really neat. Now, through the rest of town, which, yes, you can purchase for $52,000, we've got a couple different items. So if we run over here towards the right-hand side, we have the and now hiring. I'm not sure what the name of the place is supposed to be. Is it and now hire? It's not and now hiring. There's no way it is. Anyway, you've got a convenience store over here, Jackson's store. Look at all that stuff. So much stuff. Over here, not so much, but we do have a Case IH interior. That's kind of neat, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of neat. Anyway, this is where you're going to get your fuel. So that is very cool. And if we look over here, propane station. So this is where you get your propane and propane accessories. Now right across the road, you might hear some mumblings in the background. Ah. Goodness gracious, it is loud over here. You got your ramen spot, the diner. You've got this area right here, which will change as the seasons change. This is one of the first teasers of the map, actually. And it looks like that is about it. Whew, it is pretty loud over there. One of the cool things about being able to purchase this area, man, that's a lot of pedestrians. They must have just gotten out of an event or something. All of these houses, though they can't be used, because you can own the area, you can actually put a sleep trigger outside of one of the houses if you wish, which is really neat. Does it look like you're able to delete the houses? So the houses are just going to stay there, but you can still move things around. You can move in. There you go. Or you could build up an area on your own. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then over here on the far, well, would be right-hand side for us, this is where we have all of our production chains. And we've got our supermarket sell point over here. So the supermarket sell point, pretty straightforward. I mean, it is supermarket, so there is supermarket. But everything else is a production. And boy, oh boy, are there a bunch of them. So we'll start over here. We've got our farm fresh ketchup. If we go in behind that over here, we've got our grain press. Grain press? I don't know. Gold, Iowa gold press. What is this? Is it a gold? There's no way we have gold. Oil mill. I don't know. How's the gold press in Alaska? Olive oil, rice, long, regular rice, and sunflower oil. Just beside that, we have the sugar mill. A little further down, we've got the juice company. So we've got where you can make all of your juices. The juices is very, very cool. So if we jump in here and take a look at the juices, we are able to make like an apple juice, and then we can make an orange juice, pear juice, and a plum juice. Not sure what's up here, but these have a missing fill type. I'll have to report that. But we do have lemon juice and blueberry juice. Blueberry juice is interesting. I can't remember what country it was, but they had like a blueberry drink. It was very good. Was that Finland? May have been Finland. And then we also have lemon. The lemon juice it's lemonade. I don't know why I called it lemon juice. More productions? Oh yeah, there's 6 more in here. If we swing around to here, right back out to the main area, we have popcorn, or boom corn as it's called. God, it's loud. We got some pancakes right here. And right behind that, we've got the dairy. Now, if we run across the road from there, we've got our bakery over here on the corner. Loving this spot. Just to the right of that, we have the tailor shop, and this is one of the ones that's kind of like on Alma, where you've got the tailor right here, then right beside it, you've got the pizzeria, and then all of that stuff, all the drop-offs and things like that, for those are going to be around the back side. So make sure you're aware of that. And one of the really cool things about the pizzeria is we've got this nice area outside, so you could go up here and just chill out and pretend to eat some pizza. I mean, really eat pizza. Man, pizza sounds good right now. Right next to that, we've got the Iowa High School. Goodness gracious, one school for the entire map, I guess. You got a pretty cool corn dog grill out front. That's pretty sweet. Absolutely massive building, not too big. I mean, the fields are absolutely insane by themselves, but we do have a high school, so that's, I mean, it's kind of neat, right? You drive by, you're like, oh, there's the high school, look at that. But that is everything in this area right here. If we fly up around, we kind of get another bearing. There is our main farm right over there. We've got our shop just at the top of the screen there. And then this is everything else. So we have a lot of areas right here with houses and stuff like that, parking lots, but there's not a whole lot of much else going on. I am going to fall back down here, though, because I want to see, do we have a basketball in here anywhere? Negative. No basketball. So from here, I'm going to go back north, and we've got an area up here on the left-hand side, which is super duper cool and very unique. Both of these areas are, as a matter of fact. So the first one is the abandoned farm left in 2022 as the owner moved to Alma, Missouri in search of a better life. Well, hey, now that owner is back, baby, and we are checking this out. So this is really neat. We've got kind of what looks to be like an old building barn setup kind of thing. Some of these have collisions, some of them don't. That is by design, so don't worry too much. And there's reason for it. And then we've got our house here. I don't think there's collision on the house either. No, there is not. But some of the stuff on the outside has collisions. So it kind of looks like maybe we would be able to rebuild it. Huh? It does look that way, but no. You could delete it. You will need to own this land. So before you do anything, make sure that you buy Farmland 38, which is going to be this whole area. But all you got to do is just click on one thing, and you can sell everything for $204,000. So we click that, and we actually get $204,000, not the other way around. So we sold it all. We've gotten the money for that, and now all we got to do is delete all these little trees and paint over everything, and you can easily start up your own farm area. So all the stuff that was up here is now gone, and we can just flatten this out if you need to. Boom, there we go. Click through. Like it was never there to begin with. Repaint it, whatever you want to do. This whole area is now yours. That's so awesome. But one of the other cool areas is just right down at the end of this pathway right here. You might remember a while back, Mr. Celobuki posted on their page that we would have maple sap. So you'd be able to get the sap from the trees and then produce it further from there. Well, it is here. It's here. And one of the cool things is it is a full production. So it is not just individual trees or anything like that. It kind of simplifies things, I'll be honest with you. So right here, we have our spot for it. And the maple sap plantation, the whole thing, it kind of runs like a greenhouse. You've got water in, 100,000 liters of it. You got your maple sap, 300,000 liters. So that comes out 20 liters of water. Well, that converts into 60 liters of maple sap, which is very cool. So we are expanding by 3 times, and the inputs and outputs do mirror that. Over here, you've also got full control of that production. Words, man. You got full setup of that. That is very cool. And then, whenever you want to kind of push it a little bit further, we've got this building, which actually is based on the small little shed that we've got on the base map on Riverbend Springs. So that's kind of cool. But over here, if we click this, we can then take firewood and maple sap, and we can make maple syrup. So you're able to make even more money just from all that. But as per usual, let's see, sell. What happens if we sell that? Ooh, that is all gone. What happens if we sell this? We do own this in new farmer mode, so that is now gone as well. So you can just delete it if you don't want it. So I've just spoken to Celobuki real quick. I had a couple questions. Once you delete the orchard, you cannot get it back. You can get back the production that goes beside it, so you can turn the maple sap into stuff, but you can't get your maple sap again. So just be aware of that. Also, this area right here, the abandoned farm, cannot be rebuilt the way that it was in case you want to put another abandoned farm somewhere else. That's not going to be a thing either. Now that we have successfully removed everything, why don't we fly away like we never touched it? So we are going to go south from the main area. And to be honest, the top portion takes up a lot. It takes up a whole lot. From down here, we can do a couple different things. So this area right here splits us off to the, well, it would be right, so to our left, to our 2 logging areas right here and right here. Up here, we've got a couple more productions. We've got a sawmill as well as carpentry, so you are able to have those there. And then, of course, right here on 39, we have that, well, they called it the rest area. I think I would call it the playground or something like that. But those are the only things up there. We will swing up there just so you get kind of an idea of what it's going to look like and what to expect once you are on here. So here you go. Here's how everything looks up here. Nice and wide and open. And great news. Oh, yes, you can own it. So you can place more stuff up here if you liked. And then just down the hill of that, you've got all of this stuff. Now, I am curious if we could sell any of it or anything like that. We own the area, but clicking around, I'm not able to click on anything. So it looks like that this is just going to be there for forever. So beware of that. So from this area, all we have to do is kind of fly over and we get to our second farm. If you were to take the pathway back all the way around and down, or if you just stayed on the main road to begin with, you would come to this path. And this path takes you down to our second farm. This one has our house here on the left-hand side, so whenever we come right in, we are able to boop, go do that. You can sell the house if you don't like that one. Maybe you want to put down the American farmhouse from Ms. Omatana, which is my old house that I used to live in. Yes, I will always push that house because I love it, because it was my house. I love that house, I really did. You do have Celobuki's workshop over here, the garage workshop. This is a required mod, so be aware, than one of the 5. And then we've also got over here the horse stable. This is, as well, a required mod for the map, so be aware of that. We do have 4 horses in here right now, so that's kind of neat. Whee! Couple more sheds. And over here, we've got our the same sheep barn that we have on Alma, Missouri. And in here, just taking a look, we have 100 of the possible 174 little baby sheepies. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Coming back out of there, and we have a few things way down here at the very, very bottom of the map itself. If we take a look here, click that, we've got our bell sell point, you got your animal dealer. Over here, we've got the Grain West silo and place to rent the train. So at least you've got an idea of what is where. So here you go. Here is your animal sell or animal purchase and sell points. You got a really cool area for it. So you are able to back a trailer up and you can kind of role play that a little bit. Of course, bell sell point right smack dab in front of it. I think that's a great place for it. Here is your silo system. So you are able to move things over to the train, or you can rent your train from here as well, which makes things super duper easy. Then at the very, very bottom, you have your grain sell point, an absolutely massive area. No grading on the ground here, right? At least say right now. I'm not quite sure if there will be or not, but you've got your grating right there, or lack thereof. So now we move from this side and we go straight over. Now all of that is outside the map, although he has included some farms here and there outside the map, which I think are very cool. Down here really it's just a road and you've got your train system, and that is quite literally it. The whole way across the bottom, other than that logging area down there, that is it. Now Down here is interesting because we have not one, but 2 BGAs. If you've seen the video on Alma, Missouri, you will know the one on the right-hand side is not a BGA, but it is a modified fermenter. It's the Planet Ferment Well Lizard. I don't know what it is. Check this out. Here you go. We can make silage from alfalfa, chaff, dry alfalfa, or alfalfa hay, I guess, grass, or regular hay. So you can make all of that. Everything's exactly the same. All the recipes are identical. So if you wanted to take maybe some of these larger farms down here at the bottom of the map, the fields rather, you could take those, chaff them up, bring them over here, get it fermenting, and then whenever you're done, if you want to take some stuff over to the BGA, well, you could do that too. Either way, it is all good. The BGA's over here as well. Manure, silage, slurry, sugar beets cut. Nothing too wild and crazy for those. Hitting the road again, and we are going to make our way to the north. And over here on the left-hand side, I got something that might look familiar. This is your grain elevator. That's not all, though. We actually have 4 buildable things over here. So you've got something here, and then you've got 2 more bits around towards the side. Not exactly sure what these are, so I guess we can find out. We have the small shed. If we swing over here, take a look at this. We have another small shed. And lastly, we got this one, the buildable log cabin. Ooh, so you've got all of those buildable bits and bobs that you could place down. That's kind of cool. I'll sell the grain elevator? No, I don't think I will. But it looks like you can. If we go take a look at the land that it is on, Farmland 36, we click that, we actually get some spots down here off to the left too. But you will own all of that, and this is a house. So I guess this could technically be your house farmhouse if you wanted. Ooh, you could actually like use this in a start from scratch kind of way. Oh, that's cool. From here, if we hang a right or left, depending on which way you're looking from, Jackson Farm, we buy your goods. If we come down here, we've got some goodies. This is going to be another sell points. Jackson Farm, can we own it? Yes, we can. Farmland 37, so you get all of this out here, which might make for a nice grass field or maybe somewhere to put some cattle. And then you've got a smaller set around through here. So very nice indeed. Since we own it, I'm curious if we could do anything with it. Can't click on anything, so I'm going to say no. But it is fun to have. That's kind of cool. Also, it wouldn't let us out of the map with build mode, but we are able to get back here. No problem. So all good. If we put our eyes to the sky and we head north from here, we are going to end up right where we started. There is one other plot of land that we haven't seen yet, and that's going to be just about smack dab in the middle. Down here, we've got what I think is a sell point / production chain. Yes, the water mill. So this is pulled off of another base game map, Riverbend Springs, and we've got some goodies around it. So this is treated just like a normal production through here. We come up here and take a look. That's what you got up there. And let's drop to the ground and see what kind of trouble we can get into with this. It is the water mill. We'll go ahead and buy that. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And over here, we've got our barley flour, corn flour, fine corn flour, regular fine flour, off of quite a few different things. I'm guessing that's going to be out of dried wheat, dried sorghum, dried barley, and dried oats. Then you get all of your other goodies through here too. So that is going to be your mill. Also, if you were to follow that waterway all the way from the top all the way down, it actually comes through here. Boop, boop. And then it goes down through there, right in, and comes out on the other side. Again, water all over the place. And I believe this is where it ends, right here. So now you have officially seen the entire map. Doesn't look like we've got any custom license plates here. We got Riverbend Springs on our license plates. We've also got some placeables that come with the map, which include the vehicle shelter, workshop, pole barn. The only placeable in silos includes the grain silo for 16 million liters and $600,000. We do have the propane station, however, that comes with the AGI grain dryer, which is one of the required mods. We have 5 productions, including the fermenter, the grain dryer, which is that the same one? Nah, it's a little different. Sugar mill, Cedar Creek Juice Company, and the Sweet Creek Maple Company. We have 1 greenhouse, a singular cattle pen, the horse stable, which is actually a required mod, a humongo hog confinement, got your sheep barn, and your chicken coop. Believe it or not, we actually have some buildable fences. This is kind of neat. So we've got a roadway barrier fence. That's awesome. And then we've got a 7 different connection set up here. So we got multiple different ways of doing stuff. Small little gate right there, larger gate, a little larger, and one of the biggest ones. And if you really wanted it, that gate can be found in decorations. And of course, lastly, we don't have anything in painting, although the mod description itself did say that there were more painting things, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if that releases with the final version. Got no trees and no plants. And if you're curious, here are your 5 required mods. You have the workshop from Celobuki, the AGI grain dryer, also from Celobuki, horse stable, you guessed it, Celobuki, sheep and goat barn, you guessed it, Celobuki, and a pole barn. Yep, Celobuki. They have created all 5 of the required mods. This is the point where I say that I don't know if things like this should quite be allowed. I'm pretty non-lenient when it comes to everybody else, so I'm gonna have to do the same thing here. I don't like that their own mods are required here. I think they should just be part of the map. And there you go. That is your map tour and first look of Iowa Plains view from Celobuki. I hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. If you got any ideas that you would like to see on the map itself, or maybe you've got some things that you noticed that I didn't, hey, let me know down in the comment section below. If you got any questions for Celobuki as well, you can post those down there, and got questions for me, well, you know what to do. Hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll catch you in the next one.